Hey everybody, Colin from the Cult of Copy here with another episode of Eat Me. This is episode 18? Yeah, 18. Uh, as usual, you can join me every weekday at noon Eastern here on the Cult of Copy PR page for more of these tidbits of marketing, persuasion, influence, business knowledge. Today, as promised, I said I wanted to talk about the number one obstacle to succeeding at becoming a person who has their own audience that you can make a living off of online. And it's that there is none, right? The number one obstacle is that people think there are obstacles and there really aren't anymore. So for very cheaply, you can get the equipment you need. A smartphone really has everything you need. Accounts on every social network are free. You can pay a little money if you want to advertise on them, but it's not required to start. You have access to millions upon millions of people with very cheap and easy to use tools. Now, what people fear maybe used to be other barriers back in the day before the advent of social media and easy access on mobile networks like we have today. But like critics, people worry about criticism, right? So in previous modes of existence in the media world, when you wanted to make yourself a celebrity, critics were important because there was a barrier between you and your audience. And if you wanted to get the audience, a lot of times critics had the gateway. Critics were who determined what was good and what was bad, and if people were only going to consume a certain piece of media and prioritize their time, they would pick the ones the critic said was good and skip the ones the critic said was bad. Now critics don't matter. Like if you're a critic now, you're essentially a content creator looking for your own audience. The critics are no longer a barrier between you and your audience. You don't need them to access people who like your stuff. And that's the thing. Once you reach directly to the audience and you find the people who like your stuff, it doesn't matter what a critic says about not liking it, because you're going straight for the people that do. Critics are there for people who aren't sure. You just find the people who definitely like you already. What's another barrier people used to worry about? Like you used to have to worry about getting discovered or picked up or published by some big name. Now you can skip that. There's no reason you have to wait around or, pander to some publishing industry to find your own success. A lot of times you can use the internet to build your own audience, and then you are the one who controls the negotiations with bigger publishers who want to take your success into bigger markets. But they're not the ones that are delivering you the success. You don't need them. They're the one who needs you. And again, this is all easily available with tools like smartphones, which, I know are expensive relatively to a lot of people, but you got to think of it relative to the amount that it used to cost to buy the equipment that does what you can do with a smartphone, right? So you used to have a computer at a minimum, hundreds of dollars of video editing and publishing software. You used to have to potentially have lots of, what do they call it, non-linear video equipment, cameras. Like hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment used to be needed to do what I'm literally doing right now, which is broadcasting live to the internet in high definition. Well, it'll be high definition later when I upload that version. But yeah, this device that I'm doing this from, I pay like $40 a month to Apple. And, my cell phone bill is a typical cell phone bill. Mind you, I'm grandfathered into an unlimited data plan from Verizon from way back. I recommend going back in time and getting one of those and keeping it. But regardless, if you're near like a Wi-Fi connection, you can do the same thing. You don't have to use your cellular data to do all that. I'm worried they're going to throttle me anyway because I'm doing these every weekday. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, so yeah, I think that's the biggest obstacle people have to becoming in charge of their own publishing empire, or whatever you want to call it. You know, it doesn't have to be, it could be like a barony or a duchy. Duchy. No, whatever. The point is, no one's in between you and your ideal audience. There are a ton of people out there who would become your true fans, which is to say they like you so much that everything you put out is something they are going to try to buy. And from that point on, when you have, say, you know, several hundred to 1,000 true fans, to quote the famous blog post on that subject, 1,000 True Fans. If you have 1,000 true fans and you put out $1,000 worth of $100 worth of product in a year, that's a 6-figure income you can live off of. I offer the reverse, being a marketer and a person who has knowledge that's worth cash money. I say you could have only 100 true fans and put out easily $1,000 worth of product a year and get there the same way, and then your audience can only grow and grow and grow, right? So quit messing around, man. There's nobody in between you and the audience. The tools are there. The audience is there. You have unfettered direct access. All you have to start doing is making the content that you want to make and finding the people that like the stuff that you like to talk about, put them together, get them to subscribe, and then chances are there are things that you both like. Even if you're not built around a monetized subject, chances are there's stuff you like to buy and people will pay attention to you and you can get paid for that. If you have an audience that hangs on every word you say, even if you're not selling things directly, you can make money off of that, right? Even with paid advertising or, you know, hosted advertising, if you're putting it on YouTube, or I'm sure Facebook's going to start putting ads on these videos any day now. You can get a little slice of that, right? So build an audience. That's the thing that anyone can do now. It is completely democratized. If you are watching me now, chances are you already own the equipment to do this yourself. And no one's in your way. You don't have to worry about haters. You don't have to worry about critics. All you have to do is worry about the people that you know would like what you're doing. And if you're concerned that you're not doing stuff good enough for people to like, you know what will make you better? Practice. So start doing it anyway and get better and better at it and watch your audience grow. By the time you're awesome at it, you'll already have an audience there who watched you become awesome, and they'll want to follow in your footsteps. So that's it for today. There's no real obstacle between you and the audience of your dreams that you can make a living serving and participating with and being actual friends with, if that's your thing. That's it. That's all I got for today. I've been Colin Theriault from the Cult of Copy. You're watching this video via the Cult of Copy PR page. If you like it, click follow, click like on the page. I do these every weekday at noon Eastern, and you can join me here. We got another one tomorrow. Not sure what we'll be talking about yet, but I will announce it, and then you can show up and watch it. And we'll chit-chat. Also, in case you didn't know, it's a live show, so if you leave a comment and I see it, I'll try and mention it in the video, but I didn't see any today. Anyways, thanks everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for another video. Same bad time, same bat channel. Bye-bye from the Cult of Copy and my car. Adios.